Call the meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Archie.
Here.
Baronis. Here. Bolin.
Present.
Gathing.
Present.
Johnston.
Present.
Verrett.
Present.
Williams.
Present. All present. Please stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Apologize for the late start. Closed session went a little longer than anticipated. Okay. First item on the agenda is superintendent's report, and we have the state competition awards for 2023-2024.
So we're going to call everybody, we're going to call the teams up, and if the teams can come, stand over here and walk on stage and get their certificate, and then we're going to do a group picture once everybody's up here per team. First, we have IHSA Esports. Trayvon Jordan placed in top 10 for Smash Bros. With coaches Timothy Cowan and Ryan Petruski.
Are they here?
No, Ryan's here, but he's the Case Media. IHSA Tennis. We have James Brutzloff was a state qualifier, and head coach Tyler Prude.
First in a really long time.
Mr. Prude?
If powerlifting wants to come stand over here by the stage, IHSA powerlifting, please.
Oh, go get changed.
Forgot to tell him.
That's from the waist up.
Who's taking picture? Oh. Media should be taking picture.
This thing won't come on anymore.
Next, we have high school powerlifting. Aaron Flores, state champion. Kevin Naula, third place. Marquand Riley, sixth place. John Billings, third place. Tanaya Sherman, second place. Nathalie Ruiz, fourth place. Sophia Perez, fourth place. Nathalie Nahara, third place. Melanie Garcia Sanchez, state qualifier. Sam Jordan, head coach, and Trevor Prude, assistant coach. Well, yeah. Track and field, if you guys want to come on up. High school track.
Do junior high.
You did a good job.
For high school track, Jayon Morrow placed fourth place in the 4x100, ninth place in the 100 and 200 meter dash. Zaire Bro, fourth place in the 4x100 meter relay. You guys can come on up. Zion Turner, fourth place in the 4x100 meter relay. Dominic White, fourth place in the 4x100 meter relay. Philip Turner, state qualifier. Nehemiah Smith, state qualifier. Nakira Cooks, eighth place long jump. Nikhil Johnson, eighth place shot put. Tatiana Sutton, ninth place shot put. Anaya Lewis, state qualifier. Tanaya Munson, state qualifier. Naomi Bay Watson, state qualifier. Trinity Noble, state qualifier. Demariana Tools, state qualifier. Essence Bell, state qualifier. Josiah Hawkins, state qualifier. Kiesia Wilson, state qualifier. And then head coach Marquise Lowe and assistant coaches Sarah Gangster Alfred Hollis, Shanika Johnson, Cortez People, and Frank Ward. Can junior high track come stand up next, please? Cheerleading, yep. I'm not cheerleading, track and field next. Okay, for junior high track and field, we have Roy Cephas, state qualifier, Giselle Davila, state qualifier, George Noble, state qualifier.
Hold on for a second. Royce, come on up. Roy. So Roy,
Is Giselle and George here? Gisella Davila, state qualifier. George Noble, state qualifier.
she's got hair like you.
Lavelle Davis Jr., second place shot put. Kendrick Cright, state champion discus. Jayla Crawford, state qualifier. Isaiah Robinson, third place long jump, eighth place 100 meter, third place 4x100, and 4x400.
Fourth place.
Fourth place 4x400, I'm sorry. Jemiah Williams, state qualifier. Kamani Billings, third place 4x100, fourth place 4x400. Jason Grant, third place 4x100, fourth place 4x400. Latrell Lowe Jr., third place 4x100, fourth place 4x400. Nazir Brown, state qualifier. Ethan Ware, state qualifier. Deja Brown, state qualifier. Lanicia Brooks, state qualifier. LeBron Campbell, state qualifier. And coaches, head coach Emmanuel Jackson, assistant coaches Taiwan Bender, Corsica Campbell, Jared Randall, Miguel Davila, Kayla Scott Calvin, Leroy Ruffin, and Seaborn Billings.
How are you? Good.
I ain't gonna be able to see you with that cap on, you know that.
Yeah, take that hat off. You'll sun here. You wear that hat all the time. I want to sneak up to the front. Sneak up to the front.
Can junior high cheerleading please come up to the side over here?
Here comes your rah-rahs. It's a lot of
Next, we have IESA cheerleading. Woo! Our junior high cheerleaders played sixth in the large squad division. We have Amari Kennedy, Jamila Radford,
At least they're all here. That's good.
Shania Smith, Giselle Davila, Denia Salisbury,
I'm sure they mean to say thank you. Thank you.
Janiyah Adams. Jariah Dodson.
Because you would move down to the TV.
Laniyah Johnson. Jayla Crawford. Jemiah Williams. Kalia Calvert. Tiana Jackson. How do you say that? Zamara. Shamora Ortiz Centora.
How smart is that?
Samaya Pope. Alexandra Smith. Rihanna Talley. Head coach Jasmine Smith and assistant coaches LaShonda Jones and Yulika Young.
You know the power. Watch it, she's gonna put you in a pyramid.
Junior high wrestling, if you can come up next, please. Yep. For junior high wrestling, we have Kendrick Cright, state qualifier, with head coach Emmanuel Jackson and assistant coaches Brian Miller and Kayla Scott Calvin.
Kala. Get it right.
Stop it.
Where is Kala?
Yeah. I'll mail those home.
Dang it. I wanted to see her. It's because she was a good rebounder.
Did them by groups. Depending on-
Not Kala, she's a basketball player.
I can tell Rachel's done this before.
So now we have instruction, and I believe we have a representative from TNTP, if she can come forward. Ms. Way, did you want to introduce or say anything before she gets started?
I don't bite. Yeah, sometimes.
Good evening, board and community and staff. We have Sarah Adams here from TNTP. She is going to share what we've learned this year, our progress this year, and our next steps moving forward.
Thanks for having me, everyone. Good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Walters. I just wanted to start off by saying that TNTP, Kankakee School District is very important to TNTP because when we published our national report in 2018, that really focused on the things that kids need to have in place in order for them to have multiple options beyond their K-12 experience. Kankakee rose her hand and chose to be part of our first study to see and have an assessment on whether or not we were doing that in the school district. And since then, that developed a strong relationship, and we continue to really appreciate the partnership that we have with this district and the growth that we've seen over the years that we've been working together. This past year in school year 2024, we had the opportunity to work with school leaders to walk the buildings with them and to really identify in a shared way what does good instruction for our kids look like. And over the year, we had the opportunity to build relationships, not only with the school leaders, but with the teaching staff to transparently communicate what Dr. Walters and Dr. Fountain's vision was for what schooling should look like for our kids. These walkthroughs allowed us to norm on what that looks like, but also come up with action steps and think through how can we continue to develop and hone our craft. We also had the opportunity to work with teachers on a few occasions to provide trainings for them that help them to reflect on what equity means in the classroom and to ensure that we're serving all children. And furthermore, we had the most recent opportunity to work with Kankakee to start to develop a video library that will encapsulate strong teaching practices that will improve outcomes. And so we're excited about the start of that project and where that's going to go. For next year, we had some learnings about the frequency in which we worked with schools. Being a principal is probably the hardest job I've ever had in my life. And I think that we owe it to our school leaders to slow the pace down and to look at their schools from a high-level view on a less frequent basis by going deeper and providing the coaching and the support that's required to really support them to figure out how do we prioritize and execute to ensure that kids and staff are having the experience that we intend, all the way from the level of the board here to the school leader and the teacher level. And so next year we will be providing that type of support, and we're excited to work with the new leadership that's incoming. Dr. Lance and Dr. Gilbert are incredible choices, so kudos to those of you that selected them to fill the big shoes of Dr. Walters. I think, and what we've seen just in our few meetings with them, they truly are committed to the students here and to the work and the potential that we also see in Kankakee. And so this upcoming school year, we're excited to have the opportunity to partner with them to make sure that we have even stronger coherence between what does the district want for the kids and how do we support school leaders to make that feasible for them and give them the support so that they can see that in their campuses as well. So we're really looking forward to that. And then this summer we're going to do several trainings. One is going to be for our school leaders to reflect on their development over the past year and to start planning for next year, and then really to vision set for what are the goals that we want to accomplish? What do we want from day one? What are we going to be working towards? To how do we want our school to look in the future? What do we want kids to experience? What do they want to experience? What do we want families to experience? And so we're very much excited to be taking this new step with the new leadership. I wanted to pause there to see if there were any questions about that.
Any questions? I think we're okay.
Okay, great. Always an easy board to work with. Appreciate you all. Before I close out here, I would be remiss if I didn't extend my own gratitude and admiration for Dr. Walters. As a national organization, TNTP serves hundreds of schools across the countries and school districts. And over the several years that we've had this partnership, I have to say that I've gotten to know Kankakee and the committed individuals that work every single day to ensure that kids are getting the very best that they can. And that's one thing that I love about Kankakee. I've had the opportunity to interact with so many superintendents with my tenure here at TNTP. And I want to preface this by saying that the role is a challenging one. It's an extremely challenging role. But I also have to say that having had the opportunity to work with Dr. Walters, it is clear to me that she is, I don't know if it's your social work background, but you are unapologetically an advocate for kids and for the community. And I've seen you make tough choices, and I've seen you be strong and direct in the times that were required to ensure that every kid got the opportunity that they deserved. So with that, I want to wish you the best in your future endeavors, and thank you for inviting us into this partnership. You were a role model for me and for my team at TNTP, and I look forward to see what you will bring to the rest of the Kankakee community. So thank you very much to you, Dr. Walters, and to the board, and I look forward to working with everybody in the future.
Thank you.
Business and finance?
I don't know if Mr. Neal would like to talk a little bit about the agenda items.
The insurance issue? Just give us the,
Synopsis of it, yeah.
the overview.
Well, first of all, thank you for putting a little trust and faith in me. After only 3 days on the job, I barely know where the bathroom is, so I'm glad I can talk to you about the insurance policies. Basically, what happened was one of the first things sitting on my desk was the property and liability insurance, and it just hadn't been taken care of. So it turns out I've worked with the broker and the insurance company in the past, and so they were very willing to work with me to get this moving quickly. And they worked very hard to try to keep the increase down. There's a lot of upward pressure in the insurance marketplace. I think I gave a lot of that. Construction costs are increasing, casualty and losses are increasing, and, everybody has to pay when people suffer, so that's what happens. They did work very hard to keep our increase down as much as possible because we have a lot of new exposure with new properties going on, transportation being district provided and so forth. So we have about a 20% increase in the premium, but I do think that was a lot better than it could have been. And I think they worked with the company to try to keep most of that just the new exposures. And so I was grateful for that. And so if there's any questions about the coverage or anything, it's pretty much all-encompassing, so everything is covered. And we are going to be looking at a few other coverages to see if we need to move forward with anything different in the future.
Okay. Any questions? You all saw in advance, I think, of the premiums and so forth. So we will be covered with this acceptance, correct?
Yes.
And no lapse of any kind?
Correct. There will be no lapse. It will start July 1 and go through July 1 of 25.
Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for your diligence in getting that through.
Thank you very much.
Personnel?
Good evening, Dr. Walters, Board of Education. Just to give you, I'm going to give an update on two things. First of all is our HR positions that are currently open. So our principals and directors are still interviewing and sending recommendations for hire for the open positions. I do know on the website that there are some open positions that we have interviewed for, but we will not take those positions down until the first day of school because we want to make sure that we keep our applicant pool available, because we have had in the past when people have accepted positions and then they don't show up on the first day of work, and we don't want to have to reopen a position that and then go through the whole process again of getting more applicants. So we will keep the pools open until the first day of school. Also, I want to talk about summer school. So today was our first day of summer school. Summer school will convene June 10th through July 11th. We have 4 locations for summer school. For K through 2, summer school takes place at Taft School, 3rd through 5th grade, King Middle School, 6th and 7th grade, Kankakee Junior High, and for incoming freshmen and the rest of the high school is taking place at the high school. Again, summer school will take place June 10th through July 11th, Monday through Thursday, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon are student hours. So transportation routes have been available on VersaTrans for any of our parents that are looking for their students' routes. You can go onto our district website and click the VersaTrans e-link, and it will give you, as long as you know your student's ID, it will give you the route for your students. If you don't have access to VersaTrans, please call the buildings in which your student would attend summer school. So today, we had 176 students that showed up today for K through 6. We had 45 6th and 7th graders. There were 22 registered students for the freshman academy who were 8th graders last year but coming to freshmen this year. And then 242 students registered total at the high school. So again, today was the first day of summer school. We will be visiting each of the summer school buildings for this week to ensure that we have all of our students present. And we also, the buildings will be making phone calls for those students who signed up for summer school but have not yet shown up. Are there any questions?
Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Fountain. Okay, we move on to public comments. The president will recognize members of the audience who wish to make comments to the board regarding any topics related to school district business. The board will take all comments under advisement without discussion, which means the board will not respond tonight. If a member of the public raises an issue or concern that requires follow-up, the board president or the superintendent will do so in a timely manner. Please give us your name and direct your comments to the board. Comments are limited to 5 minutes and should not involve any attacks on any individual person. All individuals are requested to conduct themselves with respect and civility towards others. The first person who signed up is Jean Kaschonis. There's a microphone right there. Thank you.
Hello and good evening to the board and Dr. Walters and everybody here. My name is Gene Kachonis. I've been proud to be an electrician here for the past over 27 years. As this school district grows, our team has traditionally been capable of some pretty amazing work. As the district grows and improves, I hope that the maintenance department, especially the skilled labor group, grows and improves as well. This is a pretty unusual request. However, it seems this is a last resort for me. I am out of other options. I say this because my supervisor says that he's unable to do anything, and HR department seems to have dismissed complaints filed against me. There's currently a time-sensitive situation happening in our department that I'd like to inform the school board about. The situation involves a newer coworker whose 9-month trial period ends this week, Wednesday, June 12th.
Mr. Kaschonis,
Yes?
is this a personnel issue dealing directly with another individual?
It's leading that direction.
I'm not trying to suppress your public comment, but because of privacy issues related to personnel matters, I'd be happy to take this up with you individually, but to do it publicly, I'm not comfortable doing that at this point.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not going to attack anybody. I'm not going to sling any mud. I'm not going to mention any names.
Okay.
My time here tonight is limited. It doesn't allow me to explain everything. I apologize for this last hour request, but again, this person's trial period ends very soon.
Can you indicate what your request is?
Okay,
so
yeah,
we can-
tonight I'm asking permission from the school board to allow me to leave a 4-page report for the board to review as soon as possible. The goal of this report is for the board to recognize that something here just might not be right. For this reason, I'm asking you to review it as soon as possible because of the 9-month trial period is about to end.
Okay, we'll be glad if you want to give that to Rachel.
Draper.
Or just leave it there, and we will take it, and we will review it.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I can't read the writing. Is that Dave? Jane?
James.
Okay. James Hill? My eyes aren't very good. I couldn't read your writing, so
Excuse me, sir.
apologize.
Sir, can you turn the documents upside down for confidential reasons, please?
She'll
He could
she'll
just
get
hand
them.
it to his supervisor.
Oh,
Mr. Draper's in the audience. Okay. Mr. Draper, have you seen this document? Okay, so I think he needs to give it to his supervisor first.
Okay. If you'll give it to Mr. Draper, he'll give it to us, okay? He's right there. All right, Mr. Hill, it's your turn now.
Hello, how y'all doing this evening? My name is James Hill. I'm here on behalf of Sam Jordan, becoming possible director of the new Dr. Walters Resource Center in the back. Personally, I've been knowing him for a long time, and he got a bachelor's in sports management. He a lifelong citizen of Kankakee. He did several years of volunteer work. He's been director of the Park District, running multiple recreations at one time. I've watched him communicate with the community and several people around the community to make things work for him at the Resource Center. He had 1 million requests. He was hired to do a job, and he took on the task of doing multiple tasks that should have been done by 4 people or more. He went to Millikan College, like I say, got his degree in sports management. He's passed on several jobs since he's been employed by the Kankakee School District that could have paid him $20,000, $30,000 more. But he stayed pat and stayed committed to being part of this community, growing, being together, and helping the kids move forward in life. He already have several years' experience dealing with the school district and the community combined, and I feel like he'll be a great asset to that back resource center back there, helping direct it. He will know what he's doing. He got a great ear when it comes to complaints from the community and taking orders from his his leadership. He don't go outside the box and do his own thing. Only time he do that when he creative thinking and helping people do multiple programs at one time. I could tell you 100 reasons why he should be the director, and I can't find one reason why he shouldn't be the director. He's a man of great integrity. He's always had a helping heart, and he's did several years of volunteer work outside of work. He's deeply embedded in the community. Everybody knows him, and they know the way of his heart. So I'm asking the board, please take serious consideration in making him the director to run a community center back there. He won't fail nobody, won't let nobody down. And he's willing to take on the task of being the one to help build that resource center and togetherness. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hill. Next is Michael Prude.
Dr. Walters, President, School Board. I come on 2 reasons. Mr. President, we had a conversation on the phone about an issue that I had. You said you was going to follow up with that. I still haven't had a response from you with that. So I'm hoping that it's either resolved or you will get back to me and tell me what that situation is. The second reason I am here, I'm the same reason that Mr. Hill spoke on. I'm coming on behalf of Sam Jordan. I used to referee basketball games at the Resource Center. I watched him build that center to be very great. Sam, as he said, is a man of integrity. Sam has been a part of this community for years. Sam continues to do work with our kids very greatly. It is a community center. So he's a part of our community. He's been embedded in our community all his life. And I can't see anybody else, as Mr. Hill said, running that center other than Sam Jordan. We don't need anybody from the outside. We need somebody that's homegrown running that center. And I'm standing here right now and I'm asking the board the same thing, to make the recommendation that Sam Jordan be over the community center. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prude. Okay, moving along to the consent agenda. Are there any items on the consent agenda that anybody is asking to have removed from the consent agenda and put under action? Any such request? Hearing none. Any questions about any item on the consent agenda? Any questions? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Johnston. Call the roll. Any discussion or debate? Call the roll, please.
Archie?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gathing?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes. 7 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Next is under action items. Number 1 is approval of the recommendation for salary increases for administrators for the 24-25 school year. Do I have a motion to approve item 1?
Were we amending that?
You need a motion on the floor, and then you can move to amend.
I'll motion it.
Okay, motion to approve item 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Williams. Is there any discussion or a motion to amend?
Motion to amend.
Motion by Mr. Gathing to amend, and what is your amendment?
To amend the salary of the HR personnel.
Okay, and what number do you want to use to amend?
What was the number? Who has it?
The total amount?
Yeah, 141,865.
So a motion to amend the salary for the assistant superintendent for HR to
141,865.
Yeah. Is there a second? Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Verret. Any discussion on the amendment to the motion?
Yes. I don't think it's I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair that the board get to decide what somebody get paid. If there's a problem with what the superintendent decides she wants to give the raises with, it should be brought back to the superintendent and should go from there. It is not in our scope or our realm to sit here and say what we want somebody to get paid. That is not our job. Our job is to approve, have discussions, or disapprove. You're setting a very dangerous precedent for future hires when you sit here and they look and see that the superintendent, even for the superintendent, that they can offer somebody a salary and then we come back and say, no, but we'll pay him this without having a discussion. That is not our job.
Okay. Do you have any motions related to that position?
So I think we should table it until we can have a discussion with the superintendent, whether it be Dr. Walters or Dr. Lance. It is not fair for us to come up with a salary.
Is that a motion to table?
Yes.
Is there a second on the motion to table?
Second.
Second, motion by Williams, seconded by Gathing to table this matter until, to the next meeting? Is that what you want to table it to?
Yeah.
Okay. To the July 8th meeting of the school board. There is no discussion on that motion. Please call the roll.
Johnston?
Yes, to table it.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Archie?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gathing?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes. 7 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. And that matter is tabled until the July 8th meeting. Is there number 2? approval of property and liability insurance renewal. Is there a motion to approve that item?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Johnston. Any discussion or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Archie, Baronis,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes. 7 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. We have the information and proposals on the agenda for referring to monthly report and the various other financial reports. Calendar, our next meeting is July the 8th at 7 o'clock, and that will be at the junior high. And that brings us to the end of the agenda and brings us to the end of a chapter. And I would like to publicly express our gratitude, appreciation, and admiration for Dr. Walters. My short time as president has been fascinating and interesting, and we have, even when we disagree, we've disagreed in a manner that we have been constructive, and I appreciate your help in doing that for me and with me. And I appreciate from the entire board your consistent and sage advice and suggestions on how this board can better operate. But we wish you well. I want to congratulate you on 10 fascinating and successful, most important, successful years for our children, and giving us the jumping board to even find even more success. And you've laid the foundation. So I want to thank you, and I appreciate all you've done with me, for me, and with this board and with this school district. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like to say to you, someone can occupy your space, but no one can take your place. Thank you for all the years that you've done a lot of hard work. And I want you to continue to, you're going to stay in the community, I want you to continue to help our children. And it's all about the children. So thank you for some beautiful years, last 7 years. Ooh.
Amen.
It was a journey. It was a journey. But we made it. You made it. Thank you.
Dr. Walters, it's been 10 years, and God's a part of it. You came, and we've done more than boilers and roofs. And that's the truth. You came when you came into our district, and we've done some great things. You went and you found money to rebuild this high school 90% or 95%, and spread the wealth around with the construction grant. And it's been 10 good years, and we've done a lot. And timing's everything. You came at a time when we have done more than just boilers and roofs. And leaving here tonight or at the end of the month, with your name on, it's sketched on the plaques and whatnot, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I'm proud that you came at the time that you came, and we've done an awful lot in our district. Some may not like what we've done or what's been done, but there's been an awful lot done, and timing is everything. And we just thank God for the time that you spent with us, and we wish you well as you move on.
Thank you. Dr. Walters, we've had a short tenure, but what I want to say is that I'm homegrown from Kankakee, never left. And for a lot of my time, when you would drive 30 minutes north and say, I'm from Kankakee, and they'd be like, Kanka who? Mm-hmm. What is that? But I don't care where you go in Illinois, Kankakee's name is on the map. Thank you. And that's largely in part to your vision and the help of our administration for executing your vision. And so I'm proud. For a long time, Kankakee the name was not popular and not a place everybody wanted to be. but I often hear about how people want to come to Kankakee and service our students. And so I appreciate your vision and your love for the students. It shows all the time. And so I wish you well in your retirement. I hope you learn the word rest for real. Take a break. Close your brain for a minute, turn off your phone, and just relax. And so I wish you well and continue blessings to you and your family.
Thank you. Dr. Walters, I probably know you better than most of these people since I've been here and when you were here, when you were a cheerleader.
Mary lived one block down.
Well, yeah. How about in the form of the school?
Okay.
I know I gave you probably hardship with being a rah-rah, but that was what I did.
Kankakee, Kiko can, who can, we can, Kankakee.
Yes, we can. And to be able to joke with you and be sarcastic, I appreciate that because there's no hard feelings on this. It's all joking around. You've done a lot of work and a lot of good. I remember the first night we had the meeting at LCC. It was a sports meeting, and you were introduced as the new superintendent, and you looked at me and you said, "Can you give Lorenz golf lessons?"
I did.
Lorenz, how many lessons did you get that night? I was willing to do it, but so I was excited then because I knew that someone who knew our district and was obviously knowledgeable about what was going on was coming back to try to help us. And we went through an awful lot of superintendents before we got you, and we knew that you were gonna stay, and we appreciated that.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Walters, I've only been here a short time, but I just want to wish you the best of luck and thank you for everything you've done.
Thank
For the
you.
students, and like Tracy said, rest.
Thank you.
Well, Dr. Walters, I just wanted to say thank you for being here and doing the things you've done, for setting the vision and following through with the vision, because a lot of people speak on what they want to do, but no one actually follow through, and you follow through, and I want to say I appreciate that. I mean, my pet peeve was the curriculum, and you fixed it. Scores going up, not as fast as I would like, but scores are going up. Fighting is down. People are retaining every position in the school. I think we're in a much better place than we were 10 years ago. And that's all because of you, and I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
In addition, I would like to congratulate Nicole Hem-Smith, who is our new psychologist. Nana Wilson, who's taking a position that is going to be involving the community, and Mr. Sam Jordan. Those of you who were here touting Mr. Jordan, it passed. So he has been So congratulations to our new employees and best wishes to our veteran. I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Brooks.